Uh, this is the 3D show. My name is Desire. Um, yeah, so just before the break, we were talking about goals, and I spoke about how important it is to set a goal because it drives your life and it drives everything that you basically want to achieve in life. Having a purpose and should give you to get up in life, and it should give you a reason to actually just move and make certain decisions. And, I guess in terms of like who you want to hang around with, because like they say, your network is your net worth. So I think a lot of us need to really just take this into consideration. I know when we were growing up, most of our parents and most of us were told that show me your friend and I'll show you their character. But I feel like that saying is a bit flawed because a lot of the times you can be around certain people when they're doing a whole lot of things and you're just not interested. But I think as we learned last week as well, you need to protect your energy and you need to protect your purpose in life. So it's very important for you to be around like-minded people, or find people that have already achieved the goal that you want to achieve, and then learn from them. And I guess it's important to have mentors in that sense as well. I'm quite lucky because I've had quite a few people around me that have seen certain things in me, certain skills, and have taken it upon themselves to nurture it and nourish that. So that can happen as well, where you might have certain traits, but you might not see it as well. Yeah, so and and also I wanted to talk about the SMART goal. So this is basically a goal that is created to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. Yeah. So before we go into this, my guest is in studio with me. Guys, I'm a little bit intimidated because she's my big sis. Like I said, she's got her own show. She's a plus size model. She's a fitness model. She's a motivational speaker. She is just an all-round superwoman. So, it's just like, oh my gosh, am I really like sitting right? Am I doing it right? Like that's all the questions I want to ask her right now, but we won't go into that right now. I'll ask her that when we go on break, if I'm doing this thing right, because she started it and I said, nah, she's always encouraged me to do this. And, by God's grace, I'm here now. So I hope she's proud of me. Guys, so I have Miss Eva Newlove. She's actually got her own show on Omega TV, and it's called the Goal Diggers. So, welcome.
It's called Goal Diggers.
Yeah, it's called Goal Diggers.
Yeah.
Goal, not gold, because I know Facebook can just get a bit excited.
Yeah.
So, welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome
Thank
to
you
the show.
For inviting me. It feels good to be a guest.
Ain't she beautiful though? Oh my
It
god.
feels good. I
Wow.
feel relaxed because I'm not like under pressure. I know how it feels.
Good.
Yeah, I know
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Tell us about Goal Diggers and like what a name for a show.
Well, Goal Diggers is a show that brings to like people that are doing great things in their communities, various societies and professions. And I kind of came up with a concept because I've networked with so much people from different industry sectors that inspired me, that I know personally, that I've met at events. And I just thought, when I was asked to do a show at Omega Live TV, I just straight away, the name Gold Diggers came to me because I listened to a podcast called the Gold Diggers Podcast by an American lady.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like one of my favorite podcasts. So I was just like, when I was thinking for a name for the show, Gold Diggers just came to me straight away. And I just thought it's a perfect title, to name the show. Yeah.
So has this always been a goal for you?
What,
like to be a presenter and be in the limelight?
I think since I was young, I always wanted to be in the limelight.
Okay.
But I never had the confidence. I think that's what it was.
Okay.
Because when I was young, I used to, sing in my room and, be in the mirror and all that. And then when people would be around, I'd be really shy.
Okay.
you know. So I think it's always been something I
So
wanted to do.
what made you like say, do you know what? I can do it now.
I don't know, because as I was growing up, I worked in different fields, and I always every job I had was about helping people. Like I worked in PR,
Okay.
I worked in healthcare,
Okay.
you know, I worked in promotions. It's always about helping others, helping others, helping others. And then I just got to a point in my life where I was like, what about my dreams? What about my goals? You know, I'm always there, you know, being at the back, making things happen, but I'm not making things happen for myself.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
I kind of like got to a semi-midlife crisis at the age of 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I did not. Like, I want to do, you know, for myself.
Yeah.
I need to start achieving my own goals and stop helping people achieve theirs.
Okay.
You know, and then I just thought about all the things I really want to do. Like I really, really want to do. What do I want to do in life?
Yeah.
You know, and being a presenter was one of them.
Okay.
Being a model was one of them. Sorry. Yeah. So I just decided to embark on those journeys. And God actually brought. Sorry, I got a bit of not COVID. But yeah, God actually brought destiny helpers my way. Like when you decide that you want to do something in life and you start praying about it, you know, it's like God just starts bringing people your way.
Yeah.
It wasn't even hard for me.
Yeah. See, I feel like this is very, very important because what you've just touched on, once you decide what it is that you want to do, the universe starts to open in your start to open your mind to see the possibilities, to see the doors, to see the avenues, to see the opportunities around you. And then, like you said, once you start praying about it, God starts bringing destiny helpers.
Exactly.
I feel like this is so like
and also
important.
dealing with the issues why I never pursued my goals and dreams in the first place, like from a younger age. Like, why did I give up? So it's like I had to go back to the beginning and ask myself, you know, deep questions like, why did I give up on myself? Or why did I decide to hide behind certain jobs? You know.
And what were the answers? Do you want to share?
It just boiled down to low self-esteem. You know, I had really low self-esteem. But it's weird because I had confidence, and self-esteem and confidence is different.
Okay.
You know, like low self-esteem, certain things you go through in life knocks you down and just makes you feel like, you know, you're not worthy, you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not beautiful enough. You know, I just felt like there was so much things against me, you know. But so I had to just deal with those things.
Okay. How did you overcome that? Like,
it's still a battle. It's not, you know, I haven't overcome a lot of things, but I'm definitely far ahead of the journey and a lot more confident. I believe in myself. You know, there's so many things. I mean, I don't even know where to start, but there's a lot of things that I did practically and spiritually. Okay. You know, to break those things off me. Yeah. And just step into, you know, my true callings and.
Wow, this is. Guys,
and
we've gone from 0 to 100.
And what's nerve-wracking is when people always tell you, you should be a model, you know, you should be a presenter, you know, or you should be a radio presenter, or you should do this, or your voice is nice. And you're like, you don't even believe those things. Yeah. Why are people telling you those things constantly? Yeah. You know, I get people sending me messages saying, oh, you should do this. You should be a fashion designer. You should start your own. Yeah. And why do they do that? Do you understand? Why do people...
It's natural, isn't it? Yeah. Wow. So will you say that, so let's just say, you know, everybody is saying, you know, you should be a presenter, you should be doing this, you should be doing this, but you're just like, well, no, because like my goal in life is to go to space.
The thing is that when people were saying it to me, I knew that I wanted to do it.
It was aligned with your...
Exactly. It's not like, I've had other people tell me to do other things. You know, it's not your calling. It's not your... What are they talking about?
They're gaslighting.
You know, whatever. Yeah. So, but with these specific things, it was like a period of time around, like from the age of 29, you know, people started saying stuff to me. And I was like, how do they know? Yeah. You know, who told them? You know, how do they know? Or how do they know that I'm going through this or going through that? Or do you understand? Yeah. And I just thought, you know what? It must be God. Wow. It must be God, because it can't be anything else.
Guys, I wasn't ready for this deep conversation.
I'm a deep person. If you don't want to go deep, let's just keep it.
Do you know what? I thought we were just going to come, you know, just share a bit of facts and, you know, Google research and some books we've read, but we are going right in. It's very telling, and it's very interesting. The things you're sharing. So as a mum, how do you kind of change that cycle? Because you mentioned that it wasn't until you were 30, like 29, 30, that you started to say, I'm tired of helping everybody else's dream and everybody else's goal. Now it's about me. How do you change that cycle when it comes to your kids? Because I know you've got some grown. She don't look it, but she's got some grown kids.
You know what? I think it's how things were meant to be in order for certain things to be broken.
Okay.
I just feel like it's in God's plan, because my children have seen me, like break certain cycles at an older age, so it's in their mind, and they've seen me struggle.
Okay.
They've seen they've seen me at different stages in my life, and at this stage as well, it's like I'm inspiring them as well.
Okay.
But they're at a younger age, so it's kind of like I don't want to go through the things my mum went through.
Yeah.
And I always speak to my kids like it's like every 2 days they're tired of me. I'm always like, going back to a situation or story. I always use myself as an example, and I think that's what inspires them, and that's what makes them know that. And there's a lot of things I did when I was young that they're not doing, so I know that I'm breaking these things, and I'm on the right track. And in terms of their academics, they're very like focused, whereas when I was 16 and 18, I was not focused. I didn't even know what I wanted to do. I was just doing different things. But like academically, I just wasn't there.
Yeah.
I was more promiscuous, let's be honest.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But my children are so focused on their education, and it makes me proud.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, you should be.
Yeah. It makes me like I'm so
in this
proud.
country.
Yeah. So proud, like, because they're so focused. They know what they want to do, and that's because of me, speaking to them from a young age. It's very important to, I think, kind of ask your children from a young age. Start asking them from even the age of 5. What do you want to be when you're older? What do you want to do?
Yeah.
Keep asking them. So that even if they don't know, because you're asking them, they now start thinking, what do I want to do? What do I want to be?
Yeah.
Because my daughter, I used to ask her from 6, 7, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
And she was just like, randomly, I want to be a vet.
Okay.
And, she kept saying that I want to be a vet. I want to be a vet. And now she's studying to be a vet.
Wow.
Because I made sure that I asked her, remember you said you want to be a vet. What are you going to do about it? So when she was in secondary school, okay, when it was time to choose GCSEs, I was like, but are these courses in alignment with what you want to be a vet?
Yes.
So even if she came off, she was going off track, or she was like, I always put her back on track, reminded her that, but you said you want to be a vet. So what are we doing about that?
See, I feel like that's important, because there's a difference between, Mom, I want to be a vet. What is that? Go and be a lawyer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That like you've listened to your child from a young age. Her goal hasn't shifted.
No, it hasn't.
Like her goal has always been, I want to be a vet.
Yeah.
It's just some distractions that want to come.
She's had the distractions, definitely. Yeah. I mean, she even started playing football. She played for Arsenal. She gave up during COVID.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
she played for Arsenal.
She was.
She better go and play. We want some football money.
She was playing for Arsenal for 2 years. She was scouted at school.
Okay.
And that she was getting confused. And I was like, listen, you need to refocus. It's either you want to be a footballer or you want to be a vet. Whichever you choose, I will support you. Right. Even though deep down I was like, I don't want to be a footballer. Because in women's football, they don't really make money, and the hustle it's a different kind of hustle. Like you have to be really good.
But would you really have supported her if she said,
I would have,
Mom, I want
to be honest, I would have, because it's, whilst you're being a footballer, you can also study.
Yeah.
And there's so much different, how can I say, professions within football, within the whole football industry. There's so many areas you can go into. You can go into management, physiotherapy,
scouting,
whatever. Yeah. So even if she decided to go to a football academy and go to school with them and whatever, I would have encouraged her. But I knew deep down that she was more of she's a caring, loving person. We've always had a pet in the house.
Okay.
Because of her, since we're young, we've had guinea pigs, hamsters, fishes.
Yeah.
We have a cat now. You know, she's very loving and caring, and she's not scared of. She's
Oh.
not scared of doing
Yeah.
things with animals, and she see like we've been since she was young. We're going to farms,
Okay.
and stuff like that. So I realized that that would be more suited to her
Yeah.
than being a footballer. I think the football thing was more of a hype.
Mm.
You know, it was more like she was just doing it.
Yeah,
because
like a hobby.
because they scouted her. But I don't think she was a good footballer
So
or
basically,
a confident one.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So see, what I'm picking up, and what I hope our viewers are picking up is if you're just tuning in, you're tuned into the 3D show. I'm your host Desire, and my guest is Miss Eva Newlove. We're talking about goals and the role of a parent when it comes to setting goals in a child's life, and she's just sharing how, you know, from a young age her daughter has expressed that she wanted to be a vet, but you didn't just support her by just saying, oh, you know, I support you. Like you said, you've encouraged her goal by having pets in the house and taking her to farms, and, you know, just
Even
feeding.
though I didn't want to.
There you go, and feeding
Proper scared,
that.
you
Yeah,
know.
I mean, that's
And having
very
people say to me,
encouraging.
"Ah, why have you got a cat in your house?"
That's what I'm
You know,
saying,
like-
especially coming from Ghanaian
and the thing
background.
is, yeah, and the thing is, I just thought, you know what? I don't know no Ghanaians who are vets. I don't know.
That's true.
I don't know anyone in the UK.
They exist
anyone
in
within-
Ghana,
Yeah, in
but
Ghana,
here-
yeah, it's big. But here, I was like, to be honest, I don't think. Well, not that I know.
Yeah, I don't know. If you
Anyone
know
who's-
somebody, please comment down below.
Yeah, because
a
she does need
Ghanaian
a
that's a
mentor.
vet.
So if anyone knows
Yeah.
a Ghanaian who's a vet, you know, there's a few in America. Because I actually did research and I couldn't find anyone with a Ghanaian surname
Okay.
that's a vet in the whole of the UK. So I was like, that's
In the
big in
whole
itself.
of the UK.
I couldn't find one online. There could be.
I mean, I'm sure there is, but
there's a lot of Nigerian vets. There's a lot of them.
but that's very
Ghanaian-
telling that,
Yeah.
you know, is not readily
Exactly.
available for us, you know.
So I'm just trying to share the show.
I mean, it's very, very interesting. But I wish most of our parents were as encouraging
yeah.
as you are with your kids, and I hope that, you know, with our generation we will break that cycle.
Yeah.
Because
I think we are.
my nephew is basically having literally the worst time of his life because he wants to do one course and his parents have basically summoned the whole town, like trying to convince him to do something else. And my point is, the first thing I asked him was like you said, what do you want to be? You know, what career do you want to go in? And when he told me, and then he said he wants to study this, and I was like, okay, how does that align with you know, with the end goal? And then he explained it to me, and I was like, okay, then it makes sense. So, you know, it's like I said before, it's not just for you to just have an unattainable goal and, you know, just say something in the air.
You know, there's a lot of different factors, because I'm having a similar issue with my son. Like, you know, with boys, it's a bit different, but it's also, I mean...
Oh, don't tell me that I've just got a baby son. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it's also about knowing your child, you know. Like I said, with my daughter, I don't think she would have made the greatest footballer, because in women's football, it's very competitive.
Okay.
You understand? It's like you have to be really good, and there's a lot of teams, obviously the same teams as the men's in the in all the leagues, but it's like if you're not outstanding, you don't really get far. Do you know what I mean? Whereas with a man, you could just be a basic footballer and still get your good money every week and still go about your business. Do you know what I mean? So with my daughter, I didn't see her like a footballer. You know, you have to look at your child and see them for who they are. Because my son is very intelligent. Like, he's like a scholar, but my daughter's more creative.
Okay.
You understand? She's more of the creative type.
But then somebody will say,
you have to,
you know, how can you say that? You're a mom.
It's true. Like, in terms, like my son's very good with maths, English, everything. Like history.
Like without even trying.
Without even trying, effortlessly. But obviously my daughter had to put that effort in, and is still putting the effort in, because, you know, to study being a vet, she's doing science, which is really difficult
Yeah.
for her.
But I feel like in that case, the passion will drive.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. So you have to look at your child and know. So like like with your nephew, in terms of your nephew, it's up to his parents to look at him and think, okay, what he's saying, can he really be that?
But how many Ghanaian parents actually are that in tuned? Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not judging, because I feel like our parents did the absolute best for us. Like, I have the best parents.
Yeah.
But a lot of the older generation are very, I put a roof over your head, I put clothes on your back, therefore you must do what I want you to do.
And also you have to learn the education system. It's changed, hasn't it? It's not the normal GCSEs like it used to be A, B, C and D. It's now 1 to 9, I believe. Like,
and even currently it's changing.
I had to go to classes.
To understand
I went to classes to understand.
Wow.
How the new GCSE, how the curriculum works now. I actually went to classes.
Wow.
So to me, it's like, if you're not in tune with how it works, then that's another issue in itself. Yeah. That's a whole different show.
Yeah. Wow.
Guys,
I know it's a lot to take in, but we are still talking about goals, setting goals, and as we're discussing, there are a lot of factors that can affect somebody's goals. The family that you come from, what you're surrounded by, because sometimes you can set the goal, you are confident in yourself that I'm going to get it, but there is everybody around you that's pulling you back. And I feel like following your goal as an adult is different from following your goal as a child, because when you're a child, you're kind of helpless, because if your parents say, I'm not going to pay for your school fees to go and study this because I don't agree with it, then what are you going to do? So, I mean, literally, what are you going to do? That might not be the case for a lot of us here in the UK, but I know like a lot of children are facing these issues in places like Africa and many places around the world, where they have to depend on their parents to support their goals. A lot of people, feel like, they have to compromise their morals, compromise themselves in order to reach their goals. So there's a whole lot, but don't go away. When we come back after the break, we will be discussing all of that. Please leave your comments down below. Don't forget you can phone in as well. The number is on the screen. But if you can't see it, the number is 0744 888 9490. Please call in and share your views with us. You're tuned in with myself, Desire, and my lovely guest, Miss Eva Newlove. We will see you shortly after the break. See you soon.
Offer, Major say, me near Dmia. Oh, now only certificate. Offer, me a good certificate. Oh, offer, for part to come on certificate. Your certificate. ITS Pro Center. I feel now. Shani Potua yet 21. Gonna problem is a pay. And they are near. If you have to stop for baby, no for a so a man shall. Would you pay money? Now, can you say, would you trouble so I will tell him? And sign that man any ITS Pro Center. ITS Pro Center. Me me fan it is pro. I just say via ya teaching crop for your mount SIA license. Now bet with your security. Now they are go pay you man. Who said your net and go for Ajuma sign no win Ajuma. Baby American farmer. ITS Pro Center. And what any bet your amount here by 4 days perfect. Now was our certificate. And the other thing as I was the one I catch up to win Ajuma. ITS Pro Training Center no. And your SIA nkwani you. Ye CSCS card so account. CSCS card no. Just 1 day training pep. Now we use one sabasa account health and safety certificate so. And what why dey? And if you go for again, omo bi omo training. Omo akwa share adwuma se site. And me no gana for. What why dey? And then you want me kan. Bomodia na frey. Our phone number is so. Phone number no 079 04 68 6944 079 04 68 6944. Bomadi na pray in the ya. And now say 078 462 11172 078 462 11172. ITS Pro Training Center. Address 453 to 457 first floor, Libridge Road, E10 7E. Buses do one foul. Bomodiana brand ya. And the unfound was over your bar. But so bet me a rock construction and security. And do the afraid. Naya Kawakasa. Yes, out of Casanso. Training center we. Nasaki training center we. Yeah, with some certificate. Now,
to the 3D show, where your decision today determines your destiny for tomorrow. I'm your host, Desire. And we have been discussing goals, setting goals and achieving it. So I want to just talk about the different types of goals to set in life. So we've got the career goals, we've got financial goals, we've got personal development goals, we've got spiritual goals, and then we've got relationship goals. And I feel like as young women, being brought up in Africa and in the Ghanaian community, we tend to focus largely on the relationship goals. Yeah. Especially our parents. Mm-hmm. They will force this thing down your throat as soon as you reach 19, 20. So basically, are you not getting married? Yeah, like are you not getting married? Are you not getting married? Are you not getting married? And it's like, I feel like we need to change that narrative right now, because like so many women are falling into traps. Yeah. Are falling into very compromising positions because you've come out of uni. Why not, if you go uni, if you follow the education system here, for example, you should come out of uni 21, 22.
Yeah, but if you want to do a master's, then it could be 26, depending on the profession.
There you go. Yeah. So, but let's just say the minimum is 21, 22. Yeah. So if you come out of uni 21, 22, why should your goal be to marry?
It's true. It's quite young.
Why are we not developing ourselves? When it comes to personal development, why are we not setting goals for ourselves? Why are we not chasing the career? Yeah. And then, at the age of maybe 30, when you do know who you are and you have defined and you're comfortable in who you are, you can now communicate that to a partner.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, how do you feel about that?
I feel 30 is a good age to settle down. I don't think there's any age, because if I say 30, I'm being a hypocrite, because I haven't even settled down.
But mindset.
But I mean, in terms of how it should be, I think 30 is a good age to settle down, and it's the age that I encourage my children, even from now, as you're drawing to 30, you should be now looking for your life partner.
Is that the same for a boy and a woman? Or
I think for a woman, I think for a boy or a man, it could be 34.
Okay.
Because
why is that?
Because I believe women mature faster than men.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
I agree. From my siblings and friends and family, people that I know, I think men really start to. It sounds bad. I think men really, get into the element when they're 32, 33.
And the thing is, before anybody comes and attacks us, we're not saying, we're against marriage or whatever, but I'm so sick and tired of, you will meet a young woman who has something going for her in life, and it's like, I can't achieve too much because then men will be scared to approach me, and I won't be able to get married. I can't study too high up because then I won't be able. It's like, why?
I don't believe in those things anymore. I think now men want a woman who's there, or who's.
I think a man will love a woman that he loves.
Exactly, but I don't believe in those things anymore. And even with the marriage thing, even I'm saying 30, whatever, I've seen young couples get married and
they
are doing well.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's even better to marry younger, because by the time you are 30, you're already made. You've got your mortgage, you've got everything. You've had a child, so after 30, you're now enjoying life. And,
but so let's face it, a lot of young ladies now are not focused. Like, they say they want marriage, they make their marriage the goal, but what plans are you putting in place to get there? Because just like what we're discussing here, it's not just enough to say, I want to be a vet. you know, what do you, how many times have you been around animals? Like me, if I said I wanted to be a vet, it would be laughable, because bring a cat into this whole building and I will jump out the window.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not enough to just say I want the marriage. You know, I want the wedding.
Obviously, there's a lot. I mean, you have to be prepared for marriage, physically and spiritually. Physically, I think certain things.
You have to bring something to the table, damn it.
I mean, I'm old fashioned. I believe you have to know how to cook, clean, you know, all those things. You have to know how to take care of your home, multitask.
And for me, I'm more of, do you know what? You have to be whole.
Yes.
Because it's like, if you don't work on yourself, I can't stress this enough. If you don't work on yourself, a man is not going to complete you. A woman is not going to complete you. Marriage is not going to complete you.
Yeah, a lot of people think it's.
Do you know
I've
what I mean?
got to that stage where I realize it's not the end all and, you know, of everything. It's not. It's just.
It's crazy. Life. It's crazy because, and you know, I feel like I have to stress on this, because a lot of people will be like, oh yeah, but Dee, you're married, so I didn't become a billionaire because I'm married. I haven't become a better person because I'm married. You know, I'm married, so because circumstances, because they happened. Yeah. You know, I'm grateful for it, but it doesn't make me a better person than you that is not married in any way. Do you know what I mean? So like for me, I'm just like, yo, work on yourself, develop yourself.
It's so important to develop yourself before you go into marriage.
Yeah, and I think
marriage is a big deal, and you're looking after a man, basically your backbone. You know, so if you haven't achieved certain things in your life, if you don't have the right partner or someone who's going to, you know, push you to keep pursuing your goals and your dreams, you're going to get very stagnant in marriage. And you know.
And you know, I feel like now more than ever, personal development is so important.
It's very important,
because things like your mental health, your physical health, you know, your immune system, and like everything. So there are more important things, and I feel like in this new year, when you are doing, you know, your vision board and you know, all your affirmations and everything, try and think about the 5 goals that we're discussing, which are, you know, the career goals, your financial goals, your personal development goals, your spiritual.
Yeah. And it has to be balanced, you know.
It has to be balanced.
It's very hard to get the balance. That's what I'm working on, but I kind of feel like I'm getting that balance. And it's so important, because you can't focus. I mean, with spirituality, I think it's always, that's a must 100% all the time. But with the other ones, it's like there has to be a balance, because you can't also be chasing money.
This is it.
And then you're not focusing on your relationship goals or your personal development goals, because personal development is not about making money. It's about developing yourself, skills, you know,
and just you as a person,
the gifts within you,
I agree,
and things like that. Because it's funny, like I just watch things on social media and people, and you see the people that are chasing certain things more than others, and then, you know, it's like you see where there's the imbalances, you know, because I mean, we need money, and money is very important, you know, but it's not everything.
I think I know what you're talking about, because
it's not everything.
Now
because I know people that have a lot of money and are very unhappy.
Exactly.
You know,
and
I want to have money, but it's never been a goal of mine to be rich. I just want to be comfortable in life.
But I just feel like you said, it's all about balance. Life is all about balance. So, you know, when you are setting a goal, think about the 5 areas and try and find balance, you know, across board. So, you know, whilst you're chasing the career and all of that, especially as women.
Because in my 20s, I'll be very honest with you, I was chasing relationship. I was only thinking relationship goals, because I was a single mother, and I just felt like if I don't get married at a certain age, if I don't, you know, I'm not going to be wanted, or, you know, and then I had this pressure from my parents as well that, you know, you have to marry because, you know, and it's like, I was doing that for years, and I'm still, you know what I mean? So I'm still at the same point. It was just too much focusing on, and I see a lot of women doing that as well, and it reminds me of my old self, and it's sad, you know.
And then you've got really people that will rush, get married, and then
you hit the wall, isn't
exactly,
it? Like you crash,
and then it's like, oh, but really, I'm not fulfilled as a person.
I thank God so much that, you know, I came back to my senses and realized that life is not all about, you know, being married and, you know, having a man. It's important, yes, I want it, but I'm not chasing it like the way I was
at all costs. At
all, you know, it's not my main thing at the moment.
No, I think
it will come,
think,
you know, like relationships will come, you know, when you're developing yourself and you're
exactly, and you have to be ready for these things. You know, I always say, once, like, the universe knows,
exactly,
God knows.
This law of attraction people talk about, I believe in.
I am an advocate for law of attraction.
Yeah.
And I believe that, you know, at the right time, as you are ready, like, God knows when you're ready to receive what it is. Because sometimes you can be praying and praying and praying and praying and praying and praying. But God knows, if I give you this, do you know what I mean? You know? Like, if I give you this driver's license, you're just gonna get excited, do a girl trip to Amsterdam, driving, and something is gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make sure you're gonna fail. Do you know what I mean? So again, what we're saying, if you have balance, you know, in the spiritual and, you know, in your personal, you know, if you take the time to meditate,
and you have to know who you are as a person, like,
exactly,
and be real with yourself. Know what
you will be in tune with these things. Yes,
know yourself.
Yeah. I think this is key in setting goals.
Definitely.
Because if you know yourself, like you said, in regards to your daughter, because you know her strengths and you know what she's capable of, I will support you as a footballer.
Yeah.
But really, you know, you can be a footballer, but let's still think about you know, your goal of being a vet, because that's where it comes naturally to you. So in setting goals, I think, you know,
it's like doing a SWOT
very
analysis
important
on yourself.
Exactly.
It's like looking at yourself like a business, you know, like
please speak to them.
Do a SWOT analysis on your life, on yourself.
Yes.
And be real with yourself, you know, because some people, they want marriage, but when it comes, are you going to be able to handle that home and handle your business and handle yourself and handle your friendships and your networks, and can you really handle all that? Are
you going to find the balance of, you know, the career, the financial, the spiritual? Because if you are so busy, you know, all about this person, you're neglecting yourself.
Exactly. And
so what's going to happen all the time?
You're doing an amazing job, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm so into this.
I look at you and I'm like, what? I feel like you had a baby. Like, you just look like your old self, which is
thank you.
So good.
Thank you so much. Because, you know, it took me a while. It took me a while, and I thank God for this this gig, because I did lose myself for a bit. You know, because without divulging so much, before I got married, everybody knew me. I was carefree, crazy, had piercings, you know, like I didn't give a who, you know, like that meme, I don't give a heck. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, what can you offer me as a man? You know, and all of that. But, you know, you meet somebody that, you know, you fall in love with and all of that. And then it's like, I didn't have balance, and marriage was never a goal for me. So I didn't have the skills
I get you.
or the know-how to even make it work. You know, like when I met him and he proposed to me, I'm like, are you crazy? Like, you want to take this home to your parents? Wow. You know, but you can't question, you know, these things because like I say, when it comes to law of attraction, I was ready mentally for a partner, not necessarily for marriage. Like, you know, it wasn't my goal, but I've always been open and ready to be a mum, because I always say that for me, being a mother is what's going to define me as a person. Like, when I die, you know, write my name in lights as the mother of, you know, it's never ever been about, you know, Mrs. this and, you know, wife of this. Nah, it's always been the mother of. So, you know, and who am I to have a child out of wedlock? so when I was reaching 30 and, you know, the opportunity came, I was like, okay, cool, let's do it. I wasn't ready. So when it came, I thought, you know, I had to change who I am. And, you know, I thought I had to be all about, you know, yeah, let me serve, let me do this, let me do this, you know, let me change who I am.
Yeah.
Let me da. Yeah, no.
Yeah, but it's best to be yourself. And if
so that's why I had to go back to my short hair, you know, my piercings are coming back.
If you marry the right person, you will be yourself.
Yeah.
You know.
No, but not all the time, because he didn't have anything to do with my struggles.
It was a personal.
Like, you know, I mean, he met me where, how did he meet? Like, we would talk off camera.
That when she got married, the issues were even worse within herself. Nothing to do. Her husband was lovely, treating her like a queen.
It's not the person.
The issues that she deal with.
Marriage highlights your insecurities.
It does.
And this is why when I speak about, you know, you need to work on yourself, a lot of people will think, oh, you know, like you're being a hater, or, you know, you're being like, you know, you only want for yourself. You're married and you're preaching to other girls not to get married. That's not what I'm saying. Yeah. Because there are struggles that if you don't deal with, if you are not, you can't expect somebody to come and make you whole. You know what I mean? Yeah. You have to be whole. Marriage is not two halves people coming, because if imagine the pressure on somebody, if you feel insecure and you always need somebody to tell you you're pretty and you're enough. Like, who's telling the other person?
Yeah.
You know, imagine the pressure on the person. It's not fair on the person. So, you know, in setting goals, you know, for ourselves, we must not neglect our personal development and our mental health. It's very, very important.
And you know, if we've got the right people,
and it will give you that great marriage that you want.
It's up to your parents as well. You know, you're talking about your nephew. Going back to your nephew, as parents, it's so important to impart these things into our children and let them know.
Yes.
You know, the importance of having a balanced life, the importance of education, relationship, personal, you know, and these are the things I always talk to my children about. But it's the everyday thing.
Do you feel like your parents have?
No, I mean,
it's like a generational thing, isn't it?
It's a generational thing, and I don't blame my parents.
No.
They didn't know any better.
No.
You understand? They didn't know.
If we were brought up in Ghana, we wouldn't know any better.
They didn't know any better. And obviously, my parents came to this country and their focus was to work. I mean, my dad came to study. He went to university, very educated. But my mum's, you know, she just got married and was brought here. So hers was just to work. I mean, it's if we go into that, it's a different thing. But you know what I mean? It's like, I can't blame her.
No.
I can't, because even now she knows better. You know, she understands. But at that time, they didn't understand the education system. She didn't know nothing about what was going on in school. Was she even educated herself? No. You know, and then also personal goals. We didn't have the internet. There's so many things we didn't have. They didn't have good friends. All their friends, all my mum's friends were divorcing their husbands at the time. So, you know, like you said, show me your friends, I'll show you character. It's not necessarily true, but if you hang around with a certain type of people and they're all the same, and you don't have balance, like friendship,
it can influence.
It can influence if all your friends are the same. Like, you know, just going around collecting council flats and benefits. You're going to be like that too. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
That kind of lifestyle.
Not council flats and benefits.
As parents now in our generation, it's so important to teach our kids and let them know the things we went through. To be real. I'm very real with my children.
Yes.
I'm real and raw.
Yes.
I tell them the truth. You know, I tell them the truth. And
I feel like that's what we lack.
And they're strong, you know, like, they're like, I don't want to be like that.
But that's what we lacked, because
our parents were trying to be a polished
baby us
and trying to show us that they're calm and polished and stuff. But really,
and then you get your first boyfriend, and then it slaps you, life slaps you in the face, and you're like, whoa,
you know. Because our parents are even scared to tell us about sex education.
Oh my God,
simple
Bridgerton.
Sex education they can't talk about.
She didn't even know how babies were made.
I haven't even watched that, but I'm going to watch it this weekend. You know, so there's a lot of things that we should just be honest with our children about. You know, about ourselves, but
our failures,
with our failures, and with wisdom, because you have to be careful as well. Because I'm very careful as a single parent, so I speak to my children, I tell them about my failures, but with wisdom. I don't show them my failures too much. I don't conversate with people in their face too much. I make sure that there's
boundaries.
There's boundaries in the home. My house is like like the military. My children are very like I can say honestly and proudly, they're very not scared of me, but sometimes my son's sitting there and I can see him looking at me at the corner of his eye.
Yeah.
Just like you could just be watching a film and I just see him giving me looks like he knows not to mess about.
Okay.
And I've made it like that because I'm a single parent. I said, not that I play a fatherly role. I don't believe a woman should also play the fatherly role, but I'm just militant on them because I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
Don't do that with me. I know every trick. Don't try it. But at the same time, I'm very honest and open with them, and I let them know certain things. But then there's certain things I keep to myself, like my dating.
I mean, they're not your friends.
Yeah, they're not my friends.
Yeah, they're not your friends.
And I tell them that, when I'm like, listen, I'm not your school friend. Don't try me.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I have that mother-daughter, son-mother, loving relationship. It's tricky because you have to have the balance, and you have to have time when you talk to your children about certain things, and then also time that you spend with, go on dates with your children, separately, show them equal love. All that kind of stuff. It's a lot. That's the parenting show.
That's a parenting. No, but it's
a parenting show.
No, but this is still important in regards to this topic, because I feel like these are all ways and means that, our parents can help, the younger generation, like identify their purposes in life and help them set goals that make sense to their children. Not just impose your goals on them because you've put a roof over my head and
sometimes they don't
you have to understand them.
Sometimes all they know is lawyer, doctor, nurse. There's so many professions within the NHS
that are making more money.
There's even me, when I went to look, I was like, wow, there's so many professions within different industry sectors. Like so many different types. It's even confusing, like if you go into it. Do you know what I mean?
But most of the time they just want bragging rights. Hey, my barrister daughter. Hey,
accountant.
You know what I mean? So and I know it seems like we've derailed from the topic, but we haven't, because in setting goals and in helping your children set goals, you have to understand them. Because that's the only way you are not going to impose what you want on them. And the only way you can support them is by knowing their strengths, and the only way their strengths and weakness, and the only way you can know that is spend time with them. Most of our parents did not spend time with us.
Listen, I was discussing this with a friend today, like the sacrifices that I've made. Like when I look back on my life, the sacrifices I've made for my children, it's a lot. Relationship wise, work wise, like
even chilling wise.
Like so many things. I make sacrifices because I put my children first.
Of course.
Even though people see me and they might think, oh, I'm here, whatever. My life is very balanced. Very, very balanced. I spend a lot of time with my children, equally as much as I will go out, or equally as much as I go to work.
Because you can't forget yourself as well.
Like for instance, like in my professional day job, I work part-time. Since I graduated from uni, I've never worked full-time.
You got a master's, y'all.
I've never worked full-time, never, and people say to me, oh, why don't you work full-time? You need money, blah, blah. I'm like, no, because I need to be home before my children come home from school. You understand?
I don't need my children hanging around the block.
I don't need my children loitering on the street with other children. I don't need my children to end up in gangs, and I don't need my daughter to be seeking attention from other people. So I need to be home when my children get home. That's why I work part-time. We're not judging our parents, anybody,
because let's face it, they made a lot of sacrifices.
I will never work in the night.
Why
are you gonna work in the night when you have teenage children or you have children? Why? Sorry, I don't understand people that do night work unless there's two parents.
And one is at home.
Like you're married or whatever, and your husband goes in the night. As a single mother, why are you gonna work in the night and leave your children at home in the night?
So basically, even when you set the goal of the marriage and children come in, achieving your goal comes with sacrifices as well.
It does.
It comes with sacrifices. So it's not enough to just attain your goal and achieve it. You now have to think of, how am I going to sit in the goal and you know elevate in the goal, what sacrifices are you willing to make in order for that goal to stick and for it to make sense? Guys, listen, the time is gone, but it's been a very, very interesting topic and a very insightful one at that. I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. Just before I round up, I mean, have you got any last words? Say hello to your kids, any of your loved ones.
Just thank you for watching, and follow me on social media.
Yes.
On Instagram, I'm Miss New Love. On Facebook, I'm Eva New Love.
What time is your show?
My show's on Mondays. I'm on a break at the moment because we do need to have a balance, like we've been talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm having a break at the moment, but my show is called GoalDiggers. It's every Monday fortnightly on Omega Live TV. I also have an IG page for it, which is GoalDiggers_talk show. And then you can follow Omega Live on all social media platforms as well.
It comes on TV as well, Sky.
Yeah, also, oh yes, you reminded me. I even forgot I'm on TV. So yeah, my show also comes on Channel 7, which is a TV station on Sky 128. Yes, 128. And it's the replay of all my old shows.
Okay.
So you can see like my journey of me growing as a TV presenter.
And she also hosts red carpet events and all of that. So follow her.
So yeah, so when things get back to normal, I'd really like to start hosting events. But I think being a TV presenter was my ultimate goal, more than, because I'm quite reserved and relaxed, and I actually want to go into newsreading.
Okay, you've got the voice for it.
Yeah,
so
I really want to go into newsreading. So I'm working on that. Yeah, that's like a goal, another goal.
But can Corona just go away so we can just, you know, like achieve our goals that we set for ourselves?
Exactly.
But thank you so much.
Doing amazingly well. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
This show is great. So.
Thank you so much, guys. It's been wonderful.
One last thing, consistency. I had all these things written down. Consistency will always bring success. Just be consistent with your goals, because one thing I wasn't doing as a teenager and in my early adult years is I wasn't being consistent, hopping around doing different things. And if I had been consistent in one of those things, I would probably be an executive somewhere right now. You know, I'd be high up, you know, doing big major things. So just stick to your goals. Sometimes you feel like it's not working. You know, like, is this thing really? But trust me, one day you'll get your breakthrough.
Just because it fails.
And the thing is, it's not even about what you're doing. Sometimes you can even be selling flowers. You can even be selling chocolate,
pure water,
but you can be doing it for so long that someone will just believe in you and invest in you. So that's a piece of advice I'll give to you as well, because this TV presenting journey is not an easy one. And along the line, you'll get tired, you know. You'll get really, and you'll just think, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing it? Is this? But keep going. One day someone's gonna, or not even someone, but I'm just saying,
it's gonna pay off.
It's gonna pay off.
Yeah, it's gonna pay off.
Definitely.
It's gonna pay off. Yeah.
Consistency will definitely.
Guys, you heard
always
it.
Bring success.
You heard it. You heard it here. Listen, it's always amazing when you have such insightful guests in the studio. Thank you so much for coming. I always say I just have, my network is definitely my network. Listen, I have the best around me, but just rounding up, you know, again, whatever goal that you set, make sure it's a smart goal, make sure it's a specific goal, make sure that goal is measurable, make sure it's attainable, realistic, and time bound. Always, like, you know, try to set a time on your goal and see how far you have come when that time comes. You might not have achieved it fully, but at least like track your progress, you know, and make sure that you are always moving. Like our guest said, Miss Eva said, you know, it's all about consistency. You don't give up just because you stumbled. You don't give up just because your mom said no, or, you know, the investor said no, or you had a bad dream, or your pastor said they saw a vision. No, because there's a reason why you were given that vision for yourself. There's a reason why you were given that purpose. So please don't give up in 2021. Keep pushing, keep chasing, And, you know, whatever you believe in, the universe is behind you. God is behind you. Allah is behind you. I'm behind you. We are all rooting for you, and we're surely, surely going to get there. Like always, you've been tuned into the 3D show. Always remember, your decision today is and will always determine your destiny for tomorrow. My name is Desire. Have a good week, and I will see you next week, same time, same place. God bless. Good night.